I'm Ettie, and I'm based in the UK in Newcastle upon Tyne, and at a church called Jesmond Parish Church. So I started the Moore PTC course when I first started as a church trainee. I would have a morning a week to do studying, and sort of half of that was the Moore stuff, and the other half was sort of practical things like how to write a talk, how to lead a Bible study, pastoral one-to-ones, that kind of stuff. So it was part of that training that I did then. The Moore PTC was used not only with our trainees but also with our congregation. There was an open invitation in the notices section of a service, and you could come along, and we ran it in the day, and if you were available then you could join the trainees, and in the evening to come along as well. And that was a really good way for the whole church family to be equipped to know more about God's word and enjoy that, and spend some time really digging deeper for themselves. When I first started doing the PTC, we met in groups and did seminars, and it was really good to have leaders who'd had time to really read through the content and learn more about it and take us through that. It was also really good to have the accountability of other people to learn alongside and learn from. We all take things slightly differently, and different things stick out to us, so it was a really good opportunity to do that together and learn more in that way. So when I finished being a ministry trainee, I wanted to really keep going with the PTC course, but I didn't have as much time as I used to. And it was great because it's so flexible and you can do it round your work hours, which meant that I could keep going on my own rather than attending those seminars, and get that done and learn more in the time that I did have. So the role that I do is heading up a Christian TV channel called Clayton Television. And as part of that, we receive videos and get in touch with ministry areas that we want to invest in and help their stuff get out to Christians around the world and in the UK. And to equip me for that, the PTC course has been super helpful, because it's given me that foundation in the Bible and helped me to look into those areas, so that when I'm assessing if something is biblical and if it is truly proclaiming the gospel, I'm able to do that clearly. The most useful unit that I think I've done would be Doctrine 1. As part of my role, and as Christians, we're constantly listening to talks and wanting to know that they're true to God's word, and that really equipped me to do that better. I think the most challenging unit that I've done would be the prayer book unit. It looks a lot at liturgy, and having grown up in the Anglo-Catholic Church, when I came to faith I was quite anti-liturgy, so it was brilliant to look at that and really learn the importance of it, and grow in love of traditional prayers that we do each week, so sort of like the Lord's Prayer or the Confession and prayers like that. I think my favourite unit to have studied so far would have been probably the Ephesians module. I lead a student Bible study, and we were also looking at Ephesians at the same time, and it was just really great to study those modules and see how well that equipped me to lead those Bible studies, and really get into that book of the Bible. So the PTC course isn't just for people who head up Christian TV channels. That would be really niche. It's been really exciting to study alongside some friends, one of whom is our children's worker, and it's given her a great foundation for writing talks and leading sessions with our 7s to 11s. And the other is a friend of mine who heads up part of our music ministry, and she loved the church worship module and found that a really helpful way of thinking through why and how we do our church services. I would definitely say that the PTC isn't just for ministry workers, even though that is what I do. There have been loads of members of our congregation that have joined us for it and have really benefited from it, both for their own personal ministry within the church family, but also personally in their knowledge of God's word.